When it comes to encouraging your child at home, I would suggest trying to get involved in their practice and their progress as much as possible. Whether that be asking them to perform their music to you that they've been learning in the lessons, or whether it's just sitting down and all listening to music together that you all enjoy. Maybe showing them some of your favourite bands and artists that you enjoy and seeing if that inspires them to learn those songs on their instrument. What I also say as well is that if you perhaps have family over visiting or friends, use that opportunity to get the sticks out, get on the drum kit and perform an in-house concert for that family or friend. This is only going to encourage the student to get more confident with playing live in front of people. So, a great bit of tech that I like to use during the lessons, and I also encourage the students to use this between their lessons as much as possible in their practice sessions, is this website called the Groove Scribe. Now, it's not an app, it's nothing complicated, you literally just go onto Google or Safari on your iPhone or your iPad, and you'll search up Groove Scribe and you will be faced with this website. Now, it's initially going to chuck you in with a 16th note pattern, and so if I just hit play here, let's see what it does. Cool, so that pattern is going to look round and round because we only have one bar selected so far. What we can do is we can go into these little shapes and we can just add little notes here and there. Let's see what kind of funky pattern we can come up with. Maybe if you're an advanced drum student watching this, you can learn this pattern. If you are a student who has just recently started learning the drums, or perhaps you are a parent who has a child who is just learning the drums, you might feel more comfortable shifting the grid to 8th notes. If you're a student with me, you'll know what that means, an 8th note pattern. And so if we shift that to 8th notes, it's going to give us a pattern that we're probably going to feel more comfortable with in your first couple of months of playing the drums. It's going to give us this kind of standard rock groove that you'll have heard a million times on the radio. Okay. And we can spice it up just a wee bit by adding that second kick drum in there. Oh yeah. Awesome. Okay, so endless amounts of things that you can do with this website. You can add toms in there, you can double click on this and you'll have a series of options of things you can do with the cymbals, like add a crash cymbal, add a ride cymbal, open the hi-hats and whatnot. We just have a 1-bar pattern right now. We can add this plus sign and we're going to come up with 2 bars now. And so what we can do is we can have a slightly varied pattern in the second bar. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh yeah. Cool. So not only is this a great resource for practicing, but it's also a great resource for you to be creative and start to mess around with. If you want to get super spicy, we can add some 30-second notes in there, so it's going to give us some pretty fast hi-hats if we add loads of these. Let's see how this sounds. So feel free to go and check out the Groove Scribe. As I say, a great resource for practicing, but also starting to be creative within your drum practice. Cheers. Success stories can and do often happen for me each week at Bishopbriggs with my students, particularly if a drum student has come into their lesson and they've had a particularly off day, or they're maybe just not feeling themselves. As soon as that first smile is cracked, or that first giggle has happened due to something to do with the drums, whether that be they've made a silly mistake, or they have managed to crack a song that they haven't been able to do all week, I consider that to be a massive success. Of course, the students at Bishopbriggs receive remarkable results from all of their exams, and they can provide such a great benchmark to see where a student is But for me, the more important thing is the mental health aspects of music and just how powerful the thing that we do can be. I've always had a passion for teaching music. I come from a really musical family. My dad is a bagpiper, my mum plays the accordion, and my brother is also a bagpiper. And so we were encouraged as kids to get involved in music organisations. And as I was being taken to these, such as the pipe band, the fashion, and one-to-one individual lessons, I always really wanted to be the teacher. And so I got the chance to do this through the FAISH organisation. And they invited me to teach percussion and drums to various different groups, and this allowed me to travel a fair bit of the country, which was awesome. And so shortly after graduating from the conservatoire, I applied for a job at Bishopbriggs, and I've been there ever since. I'm so lucky to have such an amazing group of students that I get to work with every single week. And the support that all of the families give is remarkable as well. It makes a huge difference. So thank you to all of you who come for lessons, and if you are a cheerleader for someone who comes to the lessons in Bsm.